It actually has pretty regular strombolian eruptions. That's where a volcano just builds up some pressure on the inside.
What if the most desolate place on Earth is actually a cosmic magnet, pulling secrets from the depths of space right into our hands? Why are meteors mysteriously drawn to the icy abyss of Antarctica like moths to a flame? Could this frozen frontier be the key to unlocking alien mysteries and rewriting the laws of science as we know them? Get ready to be stunned as we expose Antarctica's strangest secrets, bizarre phenomena that challenge everything we thought we knew. The hunt for alien rocks beneath Antarctica's frozen wastelands. Imagine you're trudging across a vast sheet of ice, the horizon stretching endlessly in every direction, when you spot a dark, unassuming rock sitting atop the snow. It might not seem like much at first glance, but this tiny fragment could be a piece of space, a meteorite that traveled millions of miles before crash landing on Earth. Antarctica, despite its harsh and desolate environment, is one of the best places on our planet to find these alien visitors. Meteorites fall all over the world, but Antarctica offers something unique. It's like a natural display case for these extraterrestrial rocks. The icy landscape, almost entirely white, makes meteorites stand out sharply against the ground. In other regions, meteorites can blend into dirt, grass, or sand, but on the ice they are hard to miss. Furthermore, the continent's extreme cold and dryness preserve meteorites much better than in humid or wet climates, where they might corrode or erode over time. It's as if Antarctica was custom designed to keep these cosmic relics intact for scientists to find. But that's not all. Antarctica's glaciers and ice sheets play an essential role in meteorite hunting. Over thousands of years, these massive rivers of ice slowly move and churn. As the ice flows, it carries meteorites that fell long ago, concentrating them in certain regions where the ice is compressed and pushed upward. These areas, called meteorite stranding zones, act like conveyor belts, delivering meteorites to places where they can be more easily collected. This natural process has made Antarctica a goldmine for scientists searching for fragments of space. Since formal expeditions began in the 20th century, researchers have recovered tens of thousands of meteorites from Antarctica, ranging from small pebbles to larger specimens weighing several pounds. These meteorites come in a variety of types. Many are pieces of asteroids, remnants of the ancient building blocks of the solar system. Some, more rare and precious, are lunar meteorites that were ejected from the moon by powerful impacts. A few are even from Mars, flung into space when asteroids collided with the red planet millions of years ago. One particularly famous Martian meteorite was discovered in 1984 in the Allan Hills region of Antarctica. Officially named Allan Hills 84001, or ALH 84001 for short, this rock caused a sensation when scientists found microscopic structures inside it that some thought could be evidence of ancient Martian life. While the debate over this discovery continues, the meteorite has provided incredible insights into the geology and history of Mars, offering a glimpse of a world so far from our own. The process of finding these meteorites is no walk in the park. Expeditions to Antarctica are grueling. Scientists and explorers brave temperatures that can plunge to minus 60 degrees Fahrenheit, fierce winds and blinding sunlight reflected off the ice. They spend weeks scouring vast stretches of ice, often using snowmobiles to cover as much ground as possible. When a meteorite is found, it's carefully documented, bagged, and kept in conditions that prevent contamination, preserving its scientific integrity for further study. In recent years, technology has added a new dimension to meteorite hunting. Scientists are using satellite imagery and machine learning to identify potential meteorite hotspots before heading into the field. By analyzing factors like ice flow, terrain, and climate conditions, they can narrow down their search areas, increasing the odds of finding more meteorites. It's a high-tech approach to an ancient treasure hunt, and it's already proving effective. So why go to all this effort? What's so special about these space rocks? The answer lies in the stories they tell. Meteorites are like time capsules, preserving information about the early solar system that's impossible to find anywhere else. They contain clues about the formation of planets, the chemistry of the universe, and even the building blocks of life. By studying meteorites, scientists can unravel mysteries about where we come from and how our world fits into the broader cosmic tapestry. Antarctica may seem like an unlikely setting for such groundbreaking discoveries, but its role as a gateway to understanding the universe is undeniable. With thousands of meteorites still waiting to be found, the icy continent remains one of the most important sites for space science on Earth. It makes you wonder, what other secrets might this frozen land be hiding beneath its surface? Speaking of hidden wonders, let's take a journey into the fiery and icy depths of Antarctica's volcanoes. How does a place so cold hide such explosive secrets? Secrets of fire and ice hidden in the world's coldest continent. Antarctica, the world's iciest frontier, might seem like the least likely place for fiery drama. But beneath its serene, frozen surface lies a landscape shaped by fire just as much as ice. This cold continent holds one of Earth's largest volcanic regions, with more than 130 volcanoes, most of them hidden beneath the ice. The idea of volcanoes lurking under all that frost might sound like a paradox, but it's a testament to Antarctica's ability to surprise us at every turn. Among these volcanoes, Mount Erebus stands out as the superstar. Located on Ross Island, it's the southernmost active volcano on the planet. This fiery giant has been erupting continuously since the early 1970s, spewing gas, steam, and sometimes molten rock into the frigid Antarctic air. One of its most fascinating features is its persistent lava lake, a bubbling pool of molten rock sitting in its summit crater. Lava lakes are extremely rare because they require a delicate balance of heat and pressure to prevent the lava from solidifying. The fact that Erebus sustains one at the bottom of the world is nothing short of extraordinary. But Erebus is not alone. Deception Island, a horseshoe-shaped caldera in the South Shetland Islands, is another of Antarctica's active volcanoes. Its last eruption occurred in the late 1960s, and while it's been relatively quiet since, it remains closely monitored. What makes Deception Island especially intriguing is its history. It's a hotspot not just for volcanic activity, but also for human activity. This remote location has hosted whalers, researchers, and adventurers, all drawn by its natural harbors and the geothermal heat that warms its waters, even in the freezing Antarctic climate. Then there are the sleeping giants, volcanoes buried beneath Antarctica's thick ice sheets. These hidden behemoths are harder to study, but they're far from irrelevant. Volcanic activity under the ice can melt large quantities of it, creating subglacial lakes and rivers. These waterways, in turn, act as lubricants, speeding up the movement of ice sheets toward the ocean. While a single eruption under the ice might not have a global impact, a series of eruptions could trigger significant changes, including rising sea levels. The threat of volcanic activity melting ice and contributing to climate change has scientists paying close attention to this fiery underbelly. Seismometers and other advanced tools are deployed to detect tremors and subtle movements deep beneath the surface. But studying Antarctic volcanoes is no small feat. The continent's remoteness and extreme conditions make it one of the most challenging places on Earth to conduct field research. Even with cutting-edge technology, predicting when or if a volcano will erupt is still more guesswork than certainty. So what's the big deal about volcanoes under the ice? For one, they're a stark reminder of how interconnected Earth's systems are. Fire and ice might seem like opposites, but here in Antarctica, they coexist in ways that directly influence the planet's climate and geology. The melting caused by volcanic heat can lead to faster ice flow, which in turn contributes to rising sea levels. It's a delicate balance, and one that scientists are racing to understand. From fiery peaks to icy expanses, Antarctica's landscape is a study in contrasts. But this extreme environment is more than just a geological wonderland. It's a habitat teeming with life, both above and below the ice. Speaking of life, how do creatures survive in such a harsh, unforgiving ecosystem? A battle for survival in the most extreme ecosystem on Earth. Antarctica might seem like an icy wasteland where nothing could possibly live, but that's far from the truth. This frozen continent is home to a surprisingly resilient and diverse array of life, from tiny microorganisms to colossal whales. In fact, the extreme environment of Antarctica has pushed its inhabitants to evolve some of the most extraordinary survival strategies on the planet. Let's start with the ocean, which teems with life even as temperatures hover near freezing. Antarctic fish have developed an incredible adaptation to survive in these icy waters: antifreeze proteins in their blood. These proteins prevent ice crystals from forming inside their bodies, a life-saving mechanism that ensures they don't freeze solid in their frigid environment. Without this unique trait, they'd be popsicles in no time. Above the ice, Antarctic animals have mastered the art of endurance. Emperor penguins, perhaps the most famous residents, endure temperatures as low as minus 60 degrees Fahrenheit during the brutal Antarctic winter. These hardy birds huddle together in massive groups, taking turns rotating to the center for warmth. It's a strategy of cooperation and resilience that allows them to survive conditions that would be lethal to most creatures. Seals are another iconic Antarctic species, and they've got their own tricks for braving the cold. Weddell seals, for instance, can stay underwater for over an hour, thanks to their ability to slow their heart rate and conserve oxygen. They use their teeth to maintain breathing holes in the ice, ensuring they can surface for air even when the sea freezes over. These adaptations make them perfectly suited to life in one of the harshest marine environments on Earth. Even the tiniest organisms have carved out a niche in Antarctica's extreme conditions. Microbial life thrives in places where you'd least expect it, like subglacial lakes buried under miles of ice, or the briny waters of Blood Falls, where iron-rich water emerges from the ice in a dramatic, crimson-colored stream. Scientists have discovered bacteria here that use sulfates for energy instead of sunlight, a process that's rare on Earth but could offer clues about how life might exist on other planets. One of the most remarkable discoveries in recent years came from deep beneath the ice. In two subglacial lakes, researchers found evidence of thriving microbial communities, completely isolated from the outside world for millions of years. These tiny organisms have adapted to live in total darkness, high pressure, and extreme cold. Their existence raises fascinating questions about life's ability to survive in the harshest environments, not just on Earth, but potentially elsewhere in the universe. Despite these impressive survival skills, Antarctica's ecosystem is under threat. Climate change is reshaping the continent in ways that could have far-reaching effects. Rising temperatures are causing ice to melt at an alarming rate, altering habitats for animals like penguins and seals. The same warming trends that expose more meteorites for scientists to study also endanger the delicate balance of life on the continent. But life here isn't just about survival, it's about resilience. The creatures of Antarctica are living proof that life finds a way, even in the most inhospitable places on Earth. They adapt, endure, and thrive in conditions that seem utterly impossible. As we marvel at the incredible ways life persists in Antarctica, it's hard not to wonder, what other secrets does this frozen land hold? Pioneers of the frozen frontier and their icebound fortresses. Antarctica, the coldest and most remote place on Earth, has been a proving ground for human endurance for over a century. From the early explorers huddling in makeshift shelters to modern scientists living in high-tech research stations, the frozen continent has always been a place where only the toughest and most resourceful dare to go. The story begins in the late 19th century when explorers first set their sights on the southernmost reaches of the globe. Early expeditions were marked by grueling conditions and rudimentary shelters. The first people to spend a winter in Antarctica did so in 1899, living in a small pine wood hut covered with sealskins. They braved months of darkness, freezing temperatures, and howling winds with little more than a wood stove and sheer determination. Amazingly, 9 out of 10 men survived, leaving behind a legacy of resilience that still inspires today. Fast forward to the 21st century, and Antarctic living has come a long way. Modern research stations are marvels of engineering, designed to withstand temperatures that can plummet to minus 100 degrees Fahrenheit and winds that can exceed 200 miles per hour. These facilities aren't just warm shelters. They're scientific hubs equipped with labs, libraries, and even recreational areas. Take Belgium's Princess Elizabeth Station, for example. This futuristic outpost looks more like a spacecraft than a building. Covered in reflective panels, it generates power through solar energy and wind turbines, making it completely eco-friendly. Inside, it's a cozy 70 degrees Fahrenheit, even when temperatures outside drop to minus 58. Another standout is Britain's Halley 66 research station, which resembles a line of brightly colored pods on stilts. These stilts allow the station to rise above accumulating snow, and its sled-like base means it can be moved when the shifting ice threatens to send it out to sea. This mobility is essential as the station sits on the Brunt Ice Shelf, a constantly moving glacier. For all their high-tech comforts, life in these stations is far from easy. Supplies must be flown or shipped in during the brief summer window when transportation is possible. Scientists often face long periods of isolation, particularly during the 6 months of polar night when the sun never rises. Yet these challenges haven't deterred researchers. On the contrary, they're drawn to Antarctica by the chance to study Earth's most extreme environment and its potential to unlock the secrets of our planet's past and future. Outside the stations, expeditions are even more demanding. Scientists conducting fieldwork often live in simple tents on the ice, braving conditions that make camping in a winter storm look like a picnic. They melt snow for water, use portable stoves for cooking, and pack out all waste to protect the pristine environment. It's rough, but it's also a vital part of Antarctic research. Despite the hardships, these icebound fortresses and the people who inhabit them play a crucial role in advancing our understanding of the planet. They're not just outposts, they're symbols of human perseverance and curiosity, standing defiantly in the face of one of Earth's harshest environments. But as we marvel at these stunning stations, it begs the question, why do we go to such lengths to study Antarctica? What makes it so important for the world at large? Antarctica's global impact and the race against time. Antarctica may seem like a world apart, but its icy expanse plays a critical role in shaping the global climate, sea levels, and even the Earth's weather patterns. It's not just a land of snow and ice. It's a key player in the delicate balance of our planet. But as the effects of climate change become increasingly apparent, scientists are racing against time to understand what Antarctica's future and ours might hold. One of Antarctica's most significant contributions to the planet is its ice sheet, which contains about 70% of the world's fresh water. If all of it were to melt, global sea levels would rise by nearly 200 feet, flooding coastal cities and reshaping continents. While that scenario is unlikely in the immediate future, even a small percentage of ice loss could have catastrophic consequences. In recent years, parts of Antarctica, particularly the West Antarctic ice sheet, have been melting at an accelerating rate, raising alarms among climate scientists. But rising sea levels are only part of the story. Antarctica also influences global ocean currents through a process known as thermohaline circulation. This global conveyor belt is driven by the sinking of cold, salty water around Antarctica, which helps regulate temperatures across the planet. If the ice melts too quickly, it could disrupt this circulation, leading to unpredictable weather patterns and intensified climate extremes worldwide. Antarctica isn't just a climate regulator. It's also an archive of Earth's history. The ice sheets act like time capsules, preserving air bubbles that contain information about the planet's atmosphere going back hundreds of thousands of years. By drilling ice cores, scientists can analyze these bubbles to learn about past climates and understand how natural and human-driven factors have shaped our environment over time. The continent's unique environment also offers insights into extraterrestrial life. Subglacial lakes, sealed off from the surface for millions of years, host microbial life that thrives in conditions similar to those found on icy moons like Europa or Enceladus. Studying these organisms helps scientists prepare for future missions to search for life beyond Earth. It's a fascinating reminder that Antarctica is not just a window into our planet's past, but also a gateway to understanding the universe. However, studying Antarctica is becoming more challenging as the impacts of climate change intensify. Warmer temperatures are causing ice to melt at unprecedented rates, altering ecosystems and making it harder to predict how the continent will evolve. In some areas, meteorites that were once exposed by shifting ice are now being buried again, making it more difficult for researchers to collect them. Even the research stations themselves face increasing risks from melting ice and shifting glaciers. Despite these challenges, scientists remain determined. Advanced technology like machine learning and satellite imagery is helping them identify areas most vulnerable to change and track the movement of ice in real time. International collaborations are also crucial, as no single country owns Antarctica. The Antarctic Treaty, signed by multiple nations, ensures that this frozen land remains dedicated to peace and scientific exploration. But time is of the essence. As the world warms, the window for understanding and mitigating Antarctica's changes is narrowing. The continent's future is tied to the choices humanity makes now. Will we act to preserve this unique environment and the critical role it plays in our planet's health? Or will we allow it to slip further into jeopardy? Antarctica's importance cannot be overstated. It's a place of extremes where the frozen past meets the uncertain future. The stakes are high, but so are the rewards of continuing to study this remarkable continent. The more we learn, the better equipped we'll be to face the challenges ahead. It's a reminder that in the face of adversity, knowledge is our greatest ally, and Antarctica, for all its harshness, holds answers that could shape the fate of the world. What surprised you most about this frozen world? Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to like and subscribe for more.